Brief history of Indian Penal Code. When we take consideration of the punishment of the offence in the ester years, that is past years, we don't have the specific punishment. So the punishment is differed from the place to place, region to region, and also religion to religion and custom to custom. So there used to be a different punishments, and in majority of the regions, to punish the culprit, means whoever commits any of the crime, the said person used to be punished by the basic principles of the Manusmriti, means what are established in the Manusmriti for the theft, for the dacoity, for the murder, for the rape. So what is mentioned in that, so they used to punish according to the Manusmriti. In some of the regions, they used to follow the Muhammadan law, because majority of our country was ruled by the Muslims, so Muslim rulers. So they used to follow their specific punishments, that is Muhammadan law punishments. So when we take about the different parts, so punishment is not certain. Uncertainty punishment was there. So when British came into our country, they got lot of confusion that what is this variation, because when the British entered into our country in 1600s, before that only they have the specific acts for the punishing of the any of the person who committed the offense, but we don't have in India. So they got little confusion, and after in the 1700s they decided, means at the time of the British thought that the penal law prevailing in India for the most parts were the Muhammadan law. So for the first few years of its administration, the East India Company did not interfere. They thought that okay, let the India follow whatever the means punishments they are imposing for the crimes committed by the people. But after that they thought to interfere, and in 1772, during the administration of the Warren Hastings, the company decided that we have to change some rules and regulations for the offences which is committed by the persons. This means the punishment procedure, and also the how the ingredients attracts for the so and so offense, what is necessary to consider that the offense was committed. So specifications is needed. So they decided. First time they interfere in 1860 from time to time. So the British government did not alter the Muhammadan law, because if they touch the Muhammadan law, some revolutions may occur. So they did not touch up to 1862. So why they did not touch it up to 1862 means they want to bring one act, and in that act they want to mention, means they want to bring the act for overall country, and they want to mention specific offences and also the punishment which is imposed for the certain crime. So with that proposal, the basic criminal law excepting the presidency towns, means even though they brought the Indian Penal Code, up to 1947, many of the presidency towns did not follow the IPC. That is a important point we have to remind, that is there. So here what they thought means the administration of Muslim criminal law in India extended for a considerable period, means majority of the time the India was under the control of the Muslim kings. So for that what they thought means in many ways the vocabulary of the Indian laws is differ comparatively, because in the Muslim regions obviously they used to have the language of Urdu. So here they have another doubt, means the Britishers have the another doubt that in what language we have to make the laws. So that is the confusion which was established in the minds of the British rulers before bringing the Indian Penal Code. Charter Act 1833 recommended for the first law commission in 1834 for preparation of the unique acts all over India under governorship of Lord William Bentinck by a law commission headed by Lord Macaulay. Here, to point to be noted is, at the time of the Warren Hastings, they decided to make the laws for India. But the proposal was put in the Charter Act 1833. In the governorship of the William Bentinck, who was the Governor General of India at that time, and he made recommendations, and for he given the for preparation of the Indian Penal Code, that is the unique law for the India under the governorship of Lord William Bentinck by the Law Commission headed by the Lord Macaulay. So Macaulay was the at that time Law Commissioner and Law Minister of British India at that time. So he took the initiation of making of unique law for the overall India. So the first draft of the code was presented before the Governor General in Council in the year 1837. Means within the span of 4 to 5 years, they drafted the complete Indian Penal Code. But however, they did not bring that into the enforcement, because subsequently many of the revisions and also the amendments took place. Why they taken place means here the Indian culture and also the tradition is entirely differ. So they are afraid that if we bring it once the act, obviously the revolution comes by the people and they may not accept. So according to the our region, according to the customs and traditions, they going on change to the act. So far that they took a lot of revisions and also the amendments. Finally, the draft was made ready in the year 1850 and presented before the Legislative Council in 1856. However, at the time of 1856, majority of our Indian people revolted against the British for the First World War. We call it as a First World War, Sipai Mutiny also. So in 1857, because of the First Independence War, overall country, the revolution took place for revolting the British government and demanding the British to leave the country. So at that particular time, the British government not took the initiation to bring the law into force, because obviously at that time, if British government brings the act into the force, Indian people may not accept the act. And furthermore, even many of the revolutions may occur at that scenario. So because of that fear, they stopped for particular time, for a span of time. And even they, in the meantime, they taken consideration of the views of many of the people to do some changes which is required in the act. Finally, the code enacted on 6th October 1860, and the assent of the president was completed on January 1st 1862, and the act was came into force from Jan 1862 by obtaining the assent of president after undergoing many of the revisions and amendment by the Barney Peacock, who was the first Chief Justice of the Calcutta High Court. Even before bringing the act into the enforce also, means the act was enacted on 6th October 1860. When we take 6th October to the 1st January 1862, we have the considerable period of 1.5 years more than. So here why they took this much of 1.5 year time to enforcement means, here the first Chief Justice of the Calcutta High Court, Barney Peacock, suggested many of the suggestions according to the views of the Indians. So after taking these all suggestions and also revisions made in the act, it came into force on 1st Jan 1862.